Ape Escape is a 3D platformer exclusive to Sony's console, the PlayStation, where our main objective is to capture a bunch of monkeys that are causing havoc wherever they go, like stealing bananas, graffiti, throwing poop, and altering the structure of time and space. You know, the typical stuff monkeys do. But these are commanded by an alpha monkey. But how did a monkey manage to go from scratching its own, but to manipulating other monkeys and changing the timeline? Well, anyway, it all begins when a monkey named Spectre puts on an experimental helmet called the Peepo helmet, created by the professor, whose parents had to go to university to come up with that name, folks. This helmet increases his intelligence, but it also alters his mind, turning him into an evil genius. Either that, or during the process they made him watch Planet of the Apes? Nah, I don't think so. With his new intelligence, he plans to conquer the world. And to do so, he creates similar helmets and puts them on the monkeys in the park to turn them into henchmen. Because, you know, you create an evil genius and just let him roam free. I don't think a monkey would hold a grudge after you experiment on him. It's all for the sake of the plot, right? All the primates, along with their leader, go to the professor's lab, where he was building a time machine alongside Natalie. They seize it and travel through time to go back to the past and conquer every era. As a precaution, our villain threw 2 monkeys into the machine to calibrate it before his trip to avoid getting fried in the process. But at that moment, Spike and his best friend Jake show up, and they are tasked by the professor to prevent this evil monkey from rewriting history in a disastrous way. They must capture the Peepo monkeys and send them back to the present, including Spectre, who also has psychic powers capable of brainwashing, which is used on Jake. Spectre can also fly, shoot beams from his eyes, and freeze the air. No, those are not good ideas, okay? We'll take control of Spike, a kid who, for some reason, has the voice of an adult trying to imitate a child, who travels through time to capture the Peepo monkeys. The game is played exclusively with the DualShock controller, so if you don't have one, you won't be able to play, and this is due to the game's unique gameplay. You move with the left stick, and to attack, you use the right stick in the direction you want. The buttons help you map 4 items. With R1 and R2, you jump, and with the D-pad, you can adjust the camera. To go into stealth mode, press the left stick to crouch, and if you press the right stick, you'll curl up into a fetal position. What do kids do when a monkey sees us? We curl up into a ball. Well said, which helps avoid being discovered by the Peepo monkeys. To capture the invading primates, we have a net at our disposal, which allows us to send them back. But they're happy where they are, so when they see us, they'll start running, throwing banana peels at us to make us slip, and if we get close enough, they'll beat us up. To avoid that, we have a stun baton, which looks to me like a laser sword, to knock them out for a few moments and capture them at our leisure. But it's not that simple, since each monkey has different levels of speed and alertness. Some might not notice you at all, while others will run away as soon as they see you, as if they have diarrhea. Some will also carry weapons like machine guns, bombs, and even spaceships, which are very lethal, because we all know how lethal a monkey can be with an AK-47. To know their alert state, the helmet has an LED indicator. Blue means they're calm and minding their own business. Yellow means they're alert, and red means they're furious and ready to rip your ear off. Also, the color of their pants, which the villain sewed so his soldiers wouldn't be showing off their junk, indicates how easy they are to capture. For example, the ones with green pants are on high alert, have binoculars that can see you even when you're hidden, and shoot homing missiles at you. They're quite difficult to capture, requiring 3 hits with the baton to calm them down. Each level has a certain number of hominids we must capture to continue our journey, but the monkeys won't be the only obstacles. There are also enemies in each level that will make our path harder and reduce a portion of our health, which is represented by cookies. Health can be recovered by grabbing cookies dropped by defeated enemies or found in containers. There are also environmental traps that block our way and monkeys that can't be caught until we have the right gadgets. These gadgets are given to us over time, and we'll have to learn to use them in a tutorial created by the professor. TimeNet. Given at the start, it's used exclusively to capture monkeys. Stun Baton. Helps you hit enemies to kill them and stun monkeys so you can capture them. It also helps activate switches and levers to open doors and such. Water net, an underwater scooter that helps you swim and dive, but when you dive, you have an oxygen counter. If it runs out, you'll be off to capture little monkeys in the sky. Some monkeys will be swimming, and you can throw the net to catch them by pressing the right stick. Radar helps you find where the monkeys are, how dangerous they are, and which direction to go. Very useful for completing the game. Flying propeller helps you reach farther places. To activate it, you have to rotate the right stick, and you can hit enemies above you. Remote control car, used to activate buttons and get monkeys that are in inaccessible places. You can also teleport it when you want. Slingshot allows you to attack from a distance and activate buttons. It has 3 types of ammo: infinite stones, contact explosion bombs, and homing missiles. The latter 2 have limited ammo, which you get by defeating enemies. Super Hula makes you run faster, but in an uncontrolled way. You have to rotate the stick to activate it. It deals damage and allows you to catch up to monkeys. Too bad some of them run like the Flash. Magic Punch. When you get this, everyone will freak out because it's very powerful. It breaks inaccessible doors and allows you to reach monkeys from a greater distance, which would be broken if they didn't give it to you until you finish the game. All these gadgets will help us on our journey and will be useful for solving puzzles to capture monkeys in each level. There are 22 different levels, ranging from prehistoric times through the medieval era to the present. But there are also some items to collect, like Spectre coins, triangles. Collecting 100 gives you an extra life, and shirts that represent the characters' lives. The most important are the coins, as collecting them gives you access to mini-games. These add a lot more life to the game, and you can play them with another person. There are 3. Ski minigame, where we'll see if listening to the South Park coach about making pizza and chips pays off. It's fun, but you get bored quickly because you can't play against another person. However, you can choose any character and where you start, as long as you qualify within the time. Boxing minigame. It's good and can be played with another person, but it's difficult to control. Still, I always imagine this. Come on, Bowtie, let's stab him. Whoever loses gets eaten by me. Spaceship minigame, where we take control of the little monkeys and kill everything that moves with an arcade look. It can be played by 2 players, and our goal is to get the highest score. All of these could be commercialized as standalone games if polished a bit, but in this game, they're completely free. Remember those times when extra content was obtained with patience? New companies and their DLCs should learn something from this. We can also ride a tank, which is quite fun to use, and the infamous little boat, which I could never get to go where I wanted to this day. So I just jump off and pray I don't die. How frustrating it is to move in one direction with that boat. The music is good and fits well with the game's absurd concept, and the monkey sound effects are quite good, allowing you to immerse yourself in the game. However, something I didn't like was the audio of the characters. It's poorly synchronized, and many times it feels like the same person is voicing different characters, which I assume doesn't happen in the Japanese version. The game was released in 1999 for the first PlayStation, and there's a remaster version called Ape Escape on the loose for the PSP. But as far as I know, there's no digital version for modern consoles, which is a shame. At least Spike was used in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale as a playable character, giving the saga a decent comeback, but not a fair one. I want Ape Escape 4. The game is fun, and the controls are quite ingenious, but this is where a problem lies. The camera movement is very limited and interrupts the gameplay a lot while you're adjusting it, which is a shame, but it's a matter of getting used to it. Another thing that bothers me are the dirty mailboxes scattered throughout almost every level, because as soon as you get close, a tutorial message pops up, and it often repeats 2 or 3 times, making me want to burn that dirty professor. And the boat, but I think that's my own problem. I get impatient and just get out of that thing. But it's a great game, one of the best titles for the console, which also had a Sega creation and unfortunately has lost its way quite a bit, and PlayStation hasn't wanted to bring it back. For some reason I don't know, since the game has everything, especially fun. Also, I feel this game would be great to play with the Wii Remote, just my ideas, but I hope it happens someday, but not like this thing. It's a pretty charming game that not many people know about, and I hope I've sparked a little curiosity so you'll at least try it. I hope you liked the video. If so, give it a like. If you know someone who might like it, share it on your social media, and don't forget to subscribe if you like the channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, or just want to comment, feel free to do so in the comments box. Also, if you're a big fan of this channel, turn on the notification bell to be among the first to see the videos. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you later.